공중우세.
We'll have time to see the hottest new vehicles of the update. But for now, let's go over the changes that Air Superiority brings to us.
코브라 기동이 인기가 있는지 저거 관련된 영상 사람들 조회수 많더라.
Many new planes received new suspended armament. Some got new types of ordnance, including AP bombs, while others received improvements to existing weaponry. Almost all Phantoms, the F-111, the Hunter F-58, and the Étendard can now do CCRP bombs. The Super Étendard and the Harrier GR3 got their night vision devices. And the F-5E learned to calculate lead for its forward-firing armament when the target's locked on with the radar. The early Starfighter versions at all Jaguars got their ejection seat animations, and a dozen World War II-era planes can now boast their own custom loadouts. Radar warning receivers were significantly reworked on many planes and helicopters. Some models can now tell the distance to the emission source by its power, while others can tell friends from foe. In real life, these systems define friends by what their governments tell them. But in our game, they'll see all your teammates as friendlies, no matter which nation's vehicles they're currently using. The main new feature for ground vehicles is the new Rank 8 that welcomes the most advanced tanks and anti-air vehicles of all nations. This also means a bunch of major changes that might go under the radar. For instance, the research and purchase costs for ground vehicles of rank 6 and 7 is now reduced, much like the required crew levels for purchasing expert and ace qualifications. Rank 8 tanks will be able to use APF SDS rounds right after
맞다. 이번에 이제 탱크 사면 원래 화학탄부터 썼잖아. 날탄 초기형 하나 준다더니. 날탄.
We've also been working hard on the roadmap. This time we've implemented some of the mechanics we'd promised earlier. For instance, you can now retain your daily reward progress even if you can't access your PC or console by using the
이게 모바일 화면인가 보네.
Additionally, you won't need to use universal backups in the hangar now. They're available right during the battle if you need an extra spawn. Another important step in development is teaching new players the nuances of War Thunder mechanics. We've added tutorial missions for some types of aircraft weaponry, like infrared homing air-to-air missiles and manually guided air-to-surface missiles. These missions give some brief information on how to control these missiles and provide a chance to practice employing them.
일부 무장의 가이드가 생겼어요.
In ground battles, we've added context tips on using some mechanics and devices.
점점 다
They're only shown once per battle and only in certain conditions to avoid unnecessary distractions. Each tip has a limit of 3 appearances in 3 months, and if you use the mechanic, the game will remember this and stop bothering you. And of course, we've added new visual and audio stuff, since those things are good at improving the atmosphere of virtual battles in War Thunder. This time we improved all fires and explosions.
업데이트 할 때마다 바꾸고 중간에도 짬짬이 바꿉니다.
Sounds of explosions and engines, close flybys of rounds and missiles, even aircraft controls now make sounds when seen from the inside.
엔진 소리 바뀌었고. 그리고 피격당할 때 소리도 좀 바뀌었어.
We hope you all can find something enjoyable and useful for your game experience. And now it's time we answer some of your questions.
이탈리아 AMX.